Hey there, friends. Just a warning, I'm probably going to ramble today. Of course, I usually do, so nothing new. I'm sorry I have to wear sunglasses today. I am having an empath moment and feeling somebody's tears, so eyes are rather sensitive. You know, I'm not going to criticize somebody for crying because honestly, it's a very healthy thing to cry. But I have been dealing with feeling not one, not two, but three people that are apparently telepathically connected with me, and they have been doing a lot of crying lately. And, very understandably. There's all sorts of crazy things going on in the world on top of the problems that I know they're dealing with. But here's the thing. I could help all of them, and I want to, and I'm trying to. But sometimes we just have to deal with the stuff we got ourselves into. That's what this country is dealing with right now. We have been in this state of just oblivion, trying to believe with the most delusional part of our brain that we somehow can be this multicultural society with different religions, different cultures, different races, and be peaceful. No, it's never happened down through all of history. Why would we think that it could now? Okay, I'll give you one reason. Because people are a lot more mixed now. Because there is a lot more cultural meshing in the world thanks to the internet. Okay, so because of that, you can see these very elite, very exceptional, highly mixed dark people integrating. And I say, great, awesome. We should definitely not be racist towards those who can integrate. If you want to be like us and you want to come to our culture and speak our language, be like us, then hey, who should stop that? As long as you can take care of yourself and be a responsible adult, I don't think anybody should have a problem with that, right? It's when we start giving unfair advantages and think, well, if they could just pull up their socks a little bit, they'll be just like us. No, but most of them don't have that potential. Yeah, sure, you could give them a hand out for, a couple of years while they, get on their feet. All these men coming over from these third world countries, they should be able to get a job at that point, right? Should be able to learn the language, give them a couple of years. It's pretty fair, right? They don't. In fact, they don't want to. They don't want to lose their identity, their culture. Why should they? It's part of who they are. It's part of their self-worth. In fact, it's very good. The problem is, white people, in their ethnomasochism, they have lost their identity. They have been told they are bad for being white. They're bad for being a strong male. They should just, bring out their feminine side. What that's doing is not empowering them, it's disempowering them. So what we're having in our society as a whole are these feminine men who, the testosterone has gone so far down, they have no self-worth. They don't know who they are. They are ashamed of being in the skin they're in. And sometimes that even includes highly mixed black men. I've seen it, and it's like, what? You have this huge advantage genetically to have higher testosterone, and you're still pussyfooting around? Like you're afraid of making decisions? Like you're afraid of hurting people's feelings? Like you can't even speak your truth? What? Like, what is wrong with you men? Why do I feel like I have to be the Joan of Arc and get you guys all riled up to actually be men with any self-worth? It's disgusting. Women don't want to see men just passive and, oh, well, you know, whatever you want, dear. No. We want you to make a decision and make it solid and right now, so we don't have to think about it and just can relax into our femininity. Yeah, I'm not there right now. Trust me, I've been surrounded by too many wussy, weak men that I have to teach them how to be a man. What in the world? Why do I have to be told I have more balls than most men? I don't want to be told that. I want the men to step up. I want them to be masculine. I want to lead an army of strong men who's going to stand up to the craziness in this country right now, who are going to speak their truth, who are going to actually say something, anything, even to their own friends, like, hey, you need to step up. Don't be such a wuss. Somehow, I'm the only one saying this to people, and oh, well, then I get pushback, like, oh, well, you know, that's why your friends leave you. No, they leave me because they had an issue they weren't willing to face, because they didn't have any self-worth. I give a teeny bit of constructive criticism to just one person, maybe a week, and it's like, if they're not in the perfect place to accept it, oh, well, I'm done with you. Really? You don't have any other friends. What in the world? Why would you be done? People just cut off people like nothing, like it means nothing to them these days. And they so desperately need community, but they're not willing to admit to it. That's, again, their low self-worth. They think that they're just an island to themselves because, well, you know, I got friends on Facebook. No, you don't. They don't know you. They don't have a clue about your life. Do you have one friend who will tell you off and say, you're messed up right now, here's how you can help yourself? And more importantly, if they did actually show you that love, would you listen? Do you have the humility, which is actually self-worth disguised, to actually say, thank you, I will consider that? I mean, I want to surround myself with those kind of friends, because if they can take it from me, odds are they can probably dish it too, without, oh, well, you know, you say I'm whining like a baby. Oh, what about you? You're just pining away for blah, blah, blah to happen. That's not whining. That's actually being excited and having faith. And, okay, am I justifying myself? Yes. But then I usually go to my pendulum and say, okay, is this me pining away? Is this me whining? I'll do a yes or no. See, that's, to me, accountability. But of course, your pendulum isn't always right. It has been in my experience, but what else do I have to go on? Okay, if somebody else wants to read me who's not mad, then I will take that. The problem is all of the, what some people say is gold, usually comes out after you said something to the person that then gets triggered. But yes, some of the best criticism that you can ever get that'll tell you all about yourself is after you've broken up with somebody. No, that doesn't mean that it's right. They might be grasping at straws, but you can at least look at that and be like, is that true? Yeah, probably is. Yeah, somebody told me, look like I'm 3 months pregnant and have a double chin and my nose is too big. Well, one, that was just mean. There's nothing I can do about it. Maybe I could face yoga. Yeah, I've always had a little pooch on my belly. Maybe it's 5 kids. It's a thought. It's definitely bigger than it was a few months ago, in fact. I have been wined and dined around here, I will say. But anyways, just stuff like that. It's at least something that you can consider. Is it true? Okay. But can you do anything about it? What's the point of saying it if you can't do anything about it? See, my criticism, constructive criticism I call it, would be telling somebody, hey, this thing is up here and it's causing you this and this and this problem in your life, in your health, most likely, in your energy, and here's how you can fix it. And if they're not willing to listen with all of the evidences I just gave them, and that still small voice inside telling them I'm right, well, I just know things are going to get worse for them, because now they've been warned. Whereas, is my double chin going to get worse? Is my nose going to get worse? Probably not. If it does, it has to do with my own lack of self-worth, which, it all comes back to so often how we take the world around us. Are we taking it in an empowered way? Oh, I've got this sign coming to me. Am I going to listen? And am I going to change something? Or am I going to, pander to whatever? Am I going to have poor boundaries? And then I'm going to have to get a really big sign. Maybe I'm going to have cancer. Maybe I'm going to have this huge thing happen in my life where it's going to ruin my life because I didn't listen to the signs, because I had lack of self-worth. I unfortunately just heard from a friend. It looks like he's got terminal cancer. And I don't really want to say serves you right. That's a terrible thing to say, but all health problems are manifestations of things in our life, and that particular one is said to be because of keeping things in and being too nice, protecting yourself from hurt. And it's kind of obvious that was his issue, and I've tried to help him be a mean person, but some people, because of their brainwashing as children, or just always being the hero, always being the one who, has to pander to people who are fighting. It depends on, so much of how they've been conditioned, but they think that they can't be the asshole, basically. And then it ends up hurting their health, and they don't have good boundaries, and it's really, really sad that some of the greatest people I've known have struggled with some of these internal health issues because they think they have to be nice. This country has gotten into the problem it has gotten into because of pathological, altruistic white people in positions of power who wanted to pander to the weak and vulnerable, primarily from third world countries. When they first started opening up citizenships to dark people, it was not ever expected to just take off like wildfire. It was for the exceptional one that came over on their own steam, had money. Yeah, like basically the new thing that Trump started about, if you got $5 million, you can buy a citizenship. Okay, that seems like a pretty okay idea, because you're going to get the cream of the crop. Yeah, they're going to be a little, from all over the world, sure, but that these people, if they have money, they probably have intelligence, maybe character. It's not a strong correlation, but maybe. And hey, they're going to bring money to this country, so good, great, right? It's better than the poor, that's for sure. Do you know there's no accountability, though, even when they say oh, I'm a Canadian, right? So I came over here, immigrated, and naturalized myself like 15 years ago-ish. And I was told that I had to have somebody sign up to support me in case I couldn't make it without the government system. So yeah, somebody did that and promised, yeah, they'll always be there to take care of it. We had to say that we wouldn't touch any government help for, I think it was 15 years. Or was it 5 years? Anyways, it was a decent amount of time. But there's no requirement for the different people to talk to each other. So I realized that they don't even hardly want ID to get help now. It's ridiculous. In fact, the illegals are jumping across the border and automatically getting this, that, and the other thing for help. When I was told, way back when, mind you, that we couldn't get any help because we weren't citizens. So basically in the last 15 years, things have massively changed in the immigration sort of world. And it's been doing really bad things for our country because of it. Because when we take care of people that need help, unfortunately, more people that need help say, "Ooh, that's really nice. I think I need help too." If you've ever been to Mexico, for instance, and there's, poor people all around there, mostly begging, you simply give a few coins to one of these cute little girls that's begging for their parents, of course, and you'll have a swarm of them around you. You can't give to the poor unless you know them. All these churches thinking they're doing these wonderful things, giving to all these poor, mostly minorities. Are they really helping? Or are they just making them tell their friends and, "Hey, y'all, come over here, freebies"? And then there are more and more and more of them that come into this country. It is white people creating our own problems, just like we create the problems in our body. Do you know it is the middle class whites that are primarily suffering from depression, mental disorders, anxiety, all that? Black people don't even take anything for it. They don't have it. Their testosterone levels are high enough that they're generally pretty confident people, and I don't need any help with that. Oh, and guns? You put a gun in the hand of a black person and you put a gun in the hand of a white person, it is like, statistically speaking, a white person is like, I think it was 6 times more likely to shoot themselves than anybody else, whereas it's the opposite with a black man. This comes down to, again, testosterone, but also confidence. Ironically, the dumber you are, they say, the more likely you are to be overconfident, have no clue about your self-worth, which, hey, you may be delusional, but at least you feel good. My daughter, she started supplementing with testosterone to be a boy, or so she thought. She was like, "It saved my life. I no longer suffer with depression." Like, that has nothing to do with you pretending you're a boy. It has everything to do with the testosterone, which makes your mood better. So basically, all you wussy men need to have more testosterone. Now, there are lots of ways of creating that. And most people aren't having enough of any of those ways. I'm just saying. I could get into them. Do you want me to get into them? Okay, I will. Okay, one is more sex. Just saying. One is more meat. It's expensive. I know. Preferably meat that was not raised with a bunch of additives and estrogen. Free range. A lot more protein, basically. Eggs. It could be free range eggs. They're not super expensive. Definitely not a vegetarian or vegan diet. Don't be an idiot. As a man, you are literally going to ruin yourself. Anyways, have I ranted long enough? Probably. Just saying. What do I have to do to get you men to actually be men? Sick and tired of wussy pussy men. I know, I married 2 of them. I'm just saying. The world does not need more of that. It needs men to stand up and be men. Do I have to, like, start a community to literally teach men how to be men? Because I'm working on it, okay? Just saying. Talk to y'all later.